Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for logging on to CBSDenver.com, hanging out with DU lacrosse coach Bill Tierney. He was our guest tonight on Xfinity Monday Live. You know, we finished the show talking about your son-in-law, Dylan Sheridan, who's the head coach at Cleveland State. What was the moment like when he came to you and said, hey, coach, I think I want to take your daughter out?
Well, it was interesting. They were both coaching in California at the time. He was actually coaching St. Mary's women's team at the time. And she said, Dad, I met this guy. I said, well, you know, you got to tell me about this guy. But a funny story is the next year she became the head coach at a Division III school, Lebanon Valley in Pennsylvania. And it was the end of the year, and she called me up, and we were just talking. And I said, oh, by the way, put Dylan on the phone. And so she did, and she put Dylan on the phone, and I said to him, Dylan, you're with my daughter. You're only making $5,000 a year out there. Get your butt to Denver. You're now my assistant coach. This way I can keep an eye on you. So he stayed for 4 years, and as I mentioned earlier, did a great job for us.
Well, it all worked out. It all worked out.
Right.
And he's now at Cleveland State. She's at Kent State, and the Tierney lacrosse tree continuing to grow across the country. I want to talk about your team real quick, and we talked about this on the show. You guys have won 6 straight. You're hosting Marquette Saturday, senior day at Peter Barton Stadium. If you have an opportunity to make it out, make sure you do and support the Pios. What's the ceiling for this team?
The national championship. You know, it's you mentioned it earlier, you know, that everybody's got at least 2 losses. Everybody's had some crazy games. Everybody's lost to somebody that they're ranked higher than right now. And, you know, it's just been a crazy year because of that parity we talked about. Bad luck, bad weather, whatever it might be. And right now, if we can get just some steady goalie play, we're as good as anybody, and we're in the thick of it. And, you know, as Trevor Baptiste wins his 75–80% of the faceoffs, you're going to have 10, 15 more possessions than everybody else in the games you play. So if our shooting efficiency stays the way it is and our defense plays the way it is, we got a good shot at this thing.
Forgive me for not knowing the start time on Saturday. What is it?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Yep.
Peter Barton Stadium, DU versus Marquette for senior day, the final regular season game. And then, of course, you guys get set for the Big East tournament the following week. Coach, we enjoyed the visit. Thanks so much for coming on.
Michael.
Really appreciate
Appreciate
it. And thank you for logging on to CBSDenver.com.